morning everyone, or good day. It's 8th of August and let's take a look at the market today. As you know from non-farm payroll, we were anticipating in our live stream with Andrew and also in the daily videos, the market would be going up in terms of dollar strengthening. So dollar Canadian dollar went up. This was also a long trade from last week, as you know. We're long with the dollar Canadian around here, and the market went up. So what we're going to expect from the dollar Canadian is carry on going up. I'm expecting the dollar to gain still a bit more value, therefore there should be a bit more room for the dollar Canadian to go up as well with the others. Now here, as you can see, we have some kind of a double bottom here. Let me just move this up a little bit. Okay, there we go. What we need to really do is first of all test this area here, and if we break above this, then we'll probably have a trend breaking out. Okay, so although we have a veg here, this is, as you can see, there's a veg happening here on the dollar Canadian. This is a daily chart, so I'm expecting the market to kind of like come up to these levels still, so we've still got a bit of room to go up on that. Pound dollar, it's not shocking. From Thursday it continued to go down on Friday as well. On the pound dollar, we're still expecting the market to go lower. The market though, I reckon, let me just take a look at my long-term charts here. This is the daily, as you can see, and there's that breakout here. So this currency pair still has room to come down to 29.50 and to hit double bottom at 27.95. So it still has a bit of room to come down, in my opinion. Will it get there straight away? I don't think so. What will happen is probably the market will push it up a little bit. We might see the pound dollar finding support. Where would it find support? Around 130.30 region. It already bounced off from there. If this support holds, which I think it has a good chance of holding, the market will probably push it up to a resistance before it sells again, because the market doesn't like to sell straight down, and doesn't like to buy straight up. So what we can do on the pound dollar is anticipate the market to come slightly higher to around 31.20, 31.50 area. If it gets to those levels there, that's a good spot to re-short it again. And what else have we got? Let's take a look at the market on, let's see, on another currency pair, euro dollar. Euro dollar, as you know, we're expecting it to come down just before the news actually. I was noting that the dollar would gain value, and therefore the euro dollar dropped on that big news there on Friday with the non-farm payroll. I think the same kind of scenario for the euro dollar is just as viable, just as I just mentioned in the pound dollar. I reckon what we'll see in the euro dollar, just get to my longer term charts here so I don't keep switching time frames on the other one, is okay. Here is that euro dollar, so that 11.20 is the level. 11.20, 11.30 area is going to be a good sell-off level this week, so I'm expecting the market to push it up there before actually selling it, simply because I don't like to sell at the bottom. So what we like to do is make sure we get our heads up to around here. This red line here is going to be that reference point for us, but what I think will happen is push up, and then there'll be a sell reaction there. So don't get carried away. Mark yourself, measure yourself, and take some profit once that sell-off comes, in case it breaks outwards, because this week we've got targets on the upside as well. So it's going to be tricky, as you can see, with the formation of this new triangle on the daily. So this mid-level area is going to be very, very tricky. If you're using your strength indicator, as we are on this platform, then what you'll need to do is possibly follow it up to the weekly pivot and sell off from there. Alright, I wouldn't rush off to buy either, since the market is a sharp drop down. When it gets its head up, to sell it is more viable. Also, let's take a look at the dollar yen. With the dollar yen, you note that we were going long on that one, and we've pretty much reached all targets there. As you can see, the market is nice on our side there. Dollar yen, we were long from last week on our trade recommendations, and it just worked out beautifully with the news. Also on Friday when we did the live stream on Facebook, you noted that I was expecting the dollar to strengthen, and that just worked out beautifully. So what to do on this currency pair? Let's take a look on our longer time frame. What we have here is this. So let's just close that off. On the daily, as you can see, we have a target all the way up to 103.30 area. However, look at your strength index. The strength index on your strength indicator, you got a target at 43.34, so it's pretty close, and I wouldn't expect it to go there straight. I'm hoping for a pullback before it goes longer. So therefore it bounced off on the weekly. As you can see there, it opened up high, so that if the market comes back to the weekly and the daily, I'd be going long again for these targets there on the dollar yen. Now the timing is still in the buy zone, so what we need to do is just push it all the way up to these levels here, where this is the good buy kiss area, as you can see from our technical analysis. So on the dollar yen, what we want to see is the market, being a bit technical, should come up to around this level here before we see some sell-off. Right, so around 102.60, 50-60 region. Dollar franc, same as the dollar yen. You'll note dollar franc, we were long from last week, and it pretty much, came all to all our targets. If you haven't spoken with Lewis already, you should get in touch with your account managers and see how you can get those trade ideas. So with the dollar franc as well, we'll probably be going long. We'll be buying on the pullbacks, and I'll just go through that here. On this chart, it's a bit more clear with the levels. With the dollar franc, as you can see, we're at a resistance here. So the market will want to do some kind of a pullback. So it's not a good idea to go long now, but only after the market pulls back. So where is it going to pull back to is going to be a question for us. And let's take a look at our 1 hour chart to see what we can do. Right, yeah, okay, as you can see, the resistance is around here on the up level, so the market will probably pull back to about 97.60 region. So if it pulls back there, 97.60.40, this is going to be a good area to buy again in order to go long. If it doesn't pull back and it goes straight up, that's also okay. You can see the target of this breakout is around here, so you can just get into the trade even now to take a short profit at the red lines here. So on our charts, let's take a look at the chart again. In our 4 hour chart, we might still see dollar franc around up here. It's 98.90. And if we take a look at our daily chart, as you can see, we've got that mid-level reached there. So we can expect a bit of a pullback before we go long. And on the weekly, since this is a new week, we can probably expect the market to come up a little bit more, maybe to around 98.60, like I said, 98.90. Just be cautious because the market went up so fast. They'll want to retest some support before they carry on buying again. So just be mindful on that note. And if we take a look at our charts again, let's take a look at gold and see what we can do with that one. Gold, the news came down. It'll only find support, I reckon, around here, where it found before at 1,311. So as you can see, the market's in a sideways move here. If I just shrink that a little bit, okay, there you go. It's in a rectangle. So the best way to handle a rectangle is don't mess around in the middle and buy when the market comes down. If it goes up, would it be a good idea to sell? Not a bad idea to sell. Would be a good idea to sell around 1,346. area. That's not a bad place to sell at all, as you can see. Previous support resistance there, previous resistance there. So if it does pull up, you can once again sell it down. Hope that helps. So these daily videos are going to carry on, and also we'll be doing live stream before New York Open, so stay tuned for that. Have a good day.